Hey, what's up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this video, we're going to talk about boxing. Boxing fundamentals you need to have for your skill set. All right, so take a look. The first thing I want to talk about is going to be the most important punch we have in boxing, and that is the jab. The jab sets the tone, it sets the pace, the control of the fight. It sets up your opponent for different types of combinations. Hey, think about this for a second. 90% of the combinations you'll learn will start with a jab, all right? So the jab is a really, really important punch you have to have and you have to master. You have to practice it constantly, right? So every skill set that you're going to learn is a perishable skill. So if you stop on practicing it, it doesn't matter how long you've been training, you're going to start to lose that speed, that finesse, and of course the technique, all right? So the jab, because it's one of the most important punches, you have to always be practicing on a daily basis, okay? But first, if you're new to this channel, make sure to give us a like and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We're always providing new content just like this one over and over on boxing, mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, wrestling, Jiu-Jitsu, strength and conditioning, and bodybuilding. But hey, back to this video. We're talking about the jab. So I want to just take a few moments to teach you guys, in case you're brand new to the sport, okay, how you want to throw that jab. So here we go. We talked about the stance, the movement, the footwork, and pivoting in the previous video. Today, once we understand how to place our hands, we want to know how to throw those punches, all right? So let's start with video number one. This one is going to be that left jab. If you're right-handed, you're going to have the same stance as me. If you're a left-handed person or southpaw as a boxer, you're going to do everything in the opposite direction, all right? So now, my left jab is always going to pop out in straight lines, okay, and towards your chin, all right? Sometimes when the chin is down, we're going to hit you right on the forehead. But the two first knuckles are going to make contact, okay? So the trick of throwing a nice snappy jab is to stay loose. So I'm here, I'm loose, and I just pop the jab as quickly as possible. I imagine my arm is an elastic, and when I let go of that elastic, it comes right back into the same place it started. So that's what's going to happen with my jab. So I'm here, and jab from the side, and it's straight. Now notice in slow motion, when you throw your jab, you're slightly elevating your shoulder to protect your chin because now your glove is not there anymore. Okay, so we have the single jab, then sometimes we'll start to double up on that jab, and then we even throw 3 jabs at a time, all right? So that's the basic foundation of throwing your jab. Once you understand how to jab, you can start to move, jab, move out of the way, jab again, okay? Slip, throw that jab, and so on and so forth. Now, we want to use this video to teach you guys 2 more important jabs, all right? Once you've mastered fundamentals, it's time to move on and learn the tricks of the trade, okay? The first one we have for you guys is one of our favorites. It's called a spear jab, okay? So basically what you're doing is you're gonna throw your jab on an angle. Instead of staying in a straight line, okay, you imagine you slip outside a punch and you throw your jab from that angle, okay? So in order to do so effectively, you have to ensure you have your feet properly placed, and that goes back to our first video, which I'll leave a link, by the way, in the description section so you guys can check that out in case you've missed it. But what you want to do now is move on an angle and throw from here, and then return back into your center line. Okay, so one more time slow. I'm moving here and I'm throwing, coming back. All right, so a little bit quicker. I move out of the way and I come back. I move out of the way and I come back. All right, so there's a slight step, a slight shift of balance on your lead leg in order to do so. Okay, so that's our spear jab. In a moment, Alex and I are actually going to show you guys on the focus mitts how we train this stuff, okay? So, jab number 3 is basically now throwing it what we call the up jab, okay? So the up jab is sometimes a little bit more sideways like this. My lead leg goes to the side to try to hide the upper body a little bit more, and I just pop that left hand towards the top. So this one works really well to raise the opponent's chin up, to land the straight right. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're having here, we're almost feigning like this, pop, lifting the left hand up. Okay, so it's raising from your leg all the way up in this fashion. Okay, so from the side, I'm here, I'm boxing, boxing, okay, all right. So the important thing to do the up jab effectively is not to return back to the regular position. You leave it hanging and just raise it up, pop, pop, all right. So you have to stay loose in order to do so. Now, A lot of times people will say, well, if I drop my lead hand, of course, I'm exposing this, but that's where the shoulder comes in. So as I turn to the side, my shoulder is ready to pop up, so I can use that shoulder roll. But that's going to be for another video. Now, we're going to take a few moments. We're going to grab some boxing gloves and my focus mitts. I'm going to show you guys how we train it. All right, so here we go. We've geared up. So we're going to show you guys a small segment of how we usually train our techniques, okay? So in this case, it's going to be the jab. We're going to start the first segment, only 20 or 30 seconds to show you guys how we train it, but usually we train it for 3-minute rounds at a time, and sometimes we'll go up to 2 or even 3 rounds of every single technique, all right, to really perfect our skills. So here's a small segment of the first one. So jab, double, jab, jab, double, jab, triple, double, jab, good. So there you go. That's how we train the regular basic jab in a single, double, or triple fashion. All right, let's move on to the second jab, the spare jab I just talked about earlier. Okay, so slow motion, Alex is going to dip to the side and aim right here. That's his spare jab, all right? So the jab in itself is the same thing. It's just the angle of where we're going to lean that's going to change, all right? Now, when I hold the focus mitts, it's called a focus mitt, all right? I want to place it in the proper angle that he's going to throw the punch. So don't hold it on the side like this. Place it right where my head is, okay? In reality, he's hitting me on the chin. So I want him to learn to move his body at the proper and precise angle in relation to where my head is, okay? So slow motion once again, he moves to the side, and that's his jab. I want him to learn how to distribute his weight to the lead leg and push right back into a regular stance, okay? Now, sometimes we start to put this into context, so we're gonna show you a small segment of how I like to throw this. So regular jab, boom, spare jab, boom, regular jab, boom, spare jab, boom, all right? Now, he's gonna throw the jab, slip my right hand, and from here, catch me with that spare jab. That was a good one, okay? One more time. So, throw the jab, slip, and catch me right here, okay? So this makes it a little bit more realistic for the training session, right? Let's do a few reps. One more. Good, all right? This way we can start to train how we should lean, keep our balance, retain our balance, and reshift our body weight properly, so that way there, when the opponent decides to recounter, you're in the perfect position to start to counter back on top of it. Okay, the last one is the up jab. This one here, watch how I'm going to position my focus mitt. I don't want it like this because it's coming from underneath. It's almost the same position as if someone were to throw an uppercut, but you're going to use the top of your fist like this instead of curling, right? So now, for the up jab, his lead hand is dropped slightly like this, all right? I want my fighter to always be aware that when they drop their hands, they should be able to shoulder roll and also snap back at any time, or come back to the front to pair with the right hand. He needs to learn this stuff. This is something we're going to talk about in future videos, how we like to work strategies and tactics. But for now, just for the technique we just talked about, the up jab, I'm going to lean my mitt just like this. And now, he's going to throw the jab from this position. What this reflects is, if my boxing gloves were closed like this, when he pops it up, it opens up the gloves and sets me up for the right straight. Now, I can also, maybe I'm also a boxer who's like this, right? Just like he is. And as he pops the up jab, it raises my face and sets up a perfect angle for the right cross, right crossing over on my jawline, okay? So, let's train it a little bit. One more. Very good. Good job, Alex. All right, so there you have it. These are tactics or different types of variations that we have for our jabs. There's many other variations, but we wanted to talk about these ones because these are some of my favorite ones. The regular jab where we double it up, sometimes even triple up, to keep the opponent on the defensive and keeping them shifting their weight back on their heels where they can't defend effectively. When you start mixing the boxing with MMA or Thai boxing, such as we do, then it sets everything up for shots, takedowns, and low kicks. But there, that's going to be enough for today. Just the boxing fundamental stuff for you guys. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't so already. Leave us a like as well as a comment. That's going to encourage us to make more videos on YouTube for you guys. And
we'll see you guys in the next video.
Take care.